Hello once again, and welcome to the United Way of Greater Waterbury podcast, The Way Forward. I'm your guest host, Glenn McCabe with United Way. This is our first podcast coming to you from our new post-university podcast studio right here in our offices in downtown Waterbury. So a big shout out to Post-University. They underwrote this new podcast studio when we moved to our new location, so we can't thank them enough. So hence, this episode brought to you by United Way of Greater Waterbury Platinum sponsor, Post-University. Learn more at post.edu. So today I'm here in the studio with United Way Chief Impact Officer Jared Bruzis, and then we have a special episode for you that continues as we go out into the field to talk to some people from the program we're about to introduce you to. So to give you some background on one of our newer investments, we've been investing in the St. Vincent de Paul Culinary Job Training Program here in Waterbury. And as I mentioned, you're going to hear from some of the graduates and a little more background when we go out into the field after this introduction. But first, welcome, Jared, to the Way Forward podcast.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So this is an interesting program that we are investing in that really gives people a hand up. And you didn't just start at United Way. You used to be a principal over at St. Vincent de Paul, and were key in starting this program. So how did this all come about? What was the need? What were you trying to meet?
Yeah, great question. Thanks, Glenn, and thanks for having me again. Really excited to be on the inaugural podcast here at the United Way of Waterbury, and grateful for Post University's continued commitment to our work here. So the Merriman Culinary Job Training Program at St. Vincent de Paul started several years ago. It was a kind of a dream that the mission had historically, and if you look at the front sign of the Culinary Job Training Program, it was named just that. And the inception of the program, which most people think of just as a soup kitchen and food pantry, the goal was always to be a culinary job training program to help as the program expanded, as St. Vincent de Paul Mission of Waterbury expanded, to help meet the needs of folks that were experiencing homelessness and folks that they were serving. The intention was for it to be a culinary job training program with the idea that folks that were in the community that need jobs and employers that are working alongside St. Vincent de Paul Mission and many other organizations that needed employees that had different culinary kitchens, whether it was restaurants or hospitals or schools or whatever organization the community needed skilled labor, that folks that could be at the shelter or other participants within the organization would get trained and get certified and be able to go out into the workforce and provide for themselves, especially folks that might have experienced different types of challenges, whether behavioral challenge or past substance use disorder, or could be past homelessness, getting those folks the skills they needed for lifelong stability, financial opportunities through working and taking care of themselves and having the resources to provide a roof over their head was really an important part of the work that Father Kasha had started back in the late 70s and into the early 80s and beyond.
So what I found really interesting when we were over there visiting at the site is they also serve the clientele. So they're actually operating the soup kitchen, and so people who are in the shelter or need food are going there and they're actually serving people that they they know, and they know their experiences.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, it's a really win-win for everybody in the community, right? So folks that are training may have lived experience with homelessness or past experience with homelessness, but not always. And those folks are able to provide, the culinary training students are able to provide the meals for folks that are going to the soup kitchen and food pantry on a daily basis, as well as folks that might be living at the shelter who are guests of the shelter are receiving some really great, high-quality, healthy food that the Culinary Job Training Program is providing folks at the shelter. So really a win-win all around, helping folks learn a skill, providing those healthy meal options for them while at shelter or in the community at the community kitchen, the soup kitchen, food pantry. So win-win all around.
So we're one of a few funders that they have, and we chose to invest in it. Why? Or we're funding specifically what? Scholarships for the students?
Right, absolutely right. To help ensure that folks do have access to that training. We got involved because we recognize as one of our 3 pillars of our work, the basic needs, education, financial stability. We wanted to make sure that we're helping people have that stable foothold in employment, which is an important part of our financial stability work here at United Way of Greater Waterbury. So getting folks access to employment training programs like the Merriman Culinary Job Training Program at St. Vincent de Paul was a really important way for us to invest in that program to make sure that people have lifelong stability.
I think what our audience is going to find when we go out into the field here in a minute is the dignity it provides to the graduates and the path forward to self-sufficiency. And so it's more than just a job. And what was really interesting is that we didn't realize one of our people in our campaign leadership council, who's one of the principals over at Fascia's Chocolates, has already hired 2 people from this program and having a fantastic experience with them, meeting the need of what he needs for quality employees in the area, in addition to just the connections he's made with them and with the program. So we're going to meet Carmen Romeo from Fascia's Chocolates in the next segment here, as well as you'll hear from some of the people who are currently, as we went out into the field, they were currently in the program, they were in the cohort, and now they're actually graduates, and now there's another cohort coming along. And you're also going to meet Frank, the chef. Could you tell me a little bit about Frank?
Chef Frank is a pretty dynamic guy. Chef Frank Parafati, who really is the heart and soul of the Culinary Job Training Program. He's with them throughout the entire process, getting them certified as food handlers and the manager ServSafe certification process, and then into the kitchen, learning the basic skills all the way up into the point of graduation where they're able to really produce some really great healthy food options for folks in the community. And once they're there, they help them through the process of employment training and getting into jobs, which is really successful. So the majority of the folks, almost all of them that go through the program, do have gainful employment when they leave St. Vincent de Paul Mission of Waterbury Culinary Job Training Program. Excellent.
So let's go out into the field. You're going to meet Abby. I'm sorry, Abby is the pronunciation, and Fatiha, who are going to share a little more on their experience. And again, you're going to meet Frank and Carmen and a few others in this next segment. It's quite an operation to go over and just be behind the scenes at Fascia's Chocolates, which you'll see if you're watching this on video. And if you're listening to it, you're going to hear the sounds of a chocolate manufacturing facility where they're working as chocolatiers. So we'll be back a little bit after to share a little more, and now we're going to go out into the field.
Okay, so my name's Abby Henderson. I got into the program, the culinary program, because I was connected through my vocational coach, Dawn Santilli. I had a really rough childhood and adolescence years. I didn't have it easy. At 18, I was kicked out a month after my birthday in the freezing cold, and I was actually in a hospital waiting because my mental health was really suffering, because I felt like I had no other option but to not be in this world, because I was going to be freezing outside in the winter. So I got help. I definitely had a lot of struggles. Life wasn't easy, but I kept persevering, and I'm forever grateful for all the opportunities. And I'm a very passionate person. When I want something, I'm gonna get it. And I'm so glad I stuck through with the program, because it definitely has improved my life, and I love working here. It's a great job.
What kind of certification does the program get you?
ServSafe Food Protection Manager certificate. So it's more than food handler. So you learn about food safety and how to correctly cook things, and just basically how to be in charge if you're in the kitchen and nobody knows. Like, I had the help here, with just more of the procedure I learned through ServSafe. And since then, it's been great. And I will tell you, Chef Frank is the kindest chef you'll ever meet. Like, he is so patient, he's very kind, he's a great teacher, and I will never forget the impact he has had on my life, because now I work here making chocolate, and I would have never known I was willing to take any job that the program could offer. Either it would be kitchen or, confectionery like this. And I found that I really like this field.
All right, so we're here with Frank. If you don't mind introducing yourself and where you're from.
I'm Frank Parafati, Chef Director at St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen in Waterbury, Connecticut. Like I say, we open the door hoping to come in and want to learn and enthusiastic about what we're giving. And if they take what we're giving them and serious about the program, they'll do very well for themselves outside the program. Most of them do come in very motivated, and I think we're at probably 99% they do finish the program, and we were at about 75-80% of placement.
Now, when we, invest in this program, we want people to get lives of self-sufficiency, get on the road to a career. But this program also gives back because it's St. Vincent de Paul. So the students in the class are actually cooking for the soup kitchen and for the...
Yes. So the food they produce, we serve about 240, 260 a day. And that's Monday through Saturday. But we also provide food to the soup kitchen, which is 7 days a week. It's about 125 a day.
I'm Fatia.
Okay, and you both graduated from the culinary school program?
Yes. 3 months ago, I started working here. It's good. All the information in the program helped me a lot for this work. I got this work. I'm happy in it. Everything is good. Okay, I'm learning. I start to learn some new stuff from the chocolates. This is a new word for me. It's never worked before. This is good for me. That's helped me, and Abby's helped me a lot for understand everything. I have 3 kids. There's no work before. When I came in United States, just I watch my kids, and after my kids, all of them, they went to school. I start to study a little bit the language, education for some language, and after my husband helped me to find this program.
It's like you should really look into the graduates who come from this program, because we're very hard workers, and I feel like we would be good assets to your company if you hire us. Just give us a chance. This is a very successful program, and it's gotten us very happy with this job. So definitely keep us in mind, St. Vincent de Paul Culinary School.
I want to change my life. I want to do something for me. This is all my life. My husband work. I want to work. I want to be in this country, do something for me and for my country, second country. This is good.
Anything you want to add?
I want to say thank you for everybody. Thank you for all. They helped me start with Abby, the Chef Frank, this company, this factory. Everybody, they nice. In my country, I'm not learned the language. This is no English. It's zero. I'm coming here, came here with zero English. I study just the French, the Arabic. That's it. But when I come here, a lot of people, they help me. I want to say thank you for everybody, for Chef Frank, for everybody.
Yes, thank you, Chef Frank.
Thank you so much.
Well, introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Melissa Carrasco, and this is...
And I'm Danielle Canada.
And we're here to say thank you for this opportunity that you guys have funded for us, the opportunity for us to venture in different career opportunities, whether it's a personal or to be part of something creative with other companies. I myself personally run my own catering company, so this is part of the skills I'll be adding to my portfolio. And also, we would like to say thanks for the best chef ever, which is Chef Frank.
Yes.
He has been amazing.
This has been an amazing experience, and we love all the support from the community to help keep funding this so that others can enjoy this experience and opportunity with us.
How y'all doing today? My name is Brian Gray. I'm a student here at the culinary, at the soup kitchen, and I started this program, I want to say probably about 5-6 weeks ago. I was introduced to the program by coming to the kitchen and talking to Chef Frank and seeing the brochure and seeing that he offers this type of program. I figured I'd ask him about it and and listen to it, and I joined it, and it was a great opportunity. I learned a lot, as far as like, inside the kitchen, outside the kitchen. Met a lot of people, experienced a lot of things, so it was a good opportunity.
So were you using services at the kitchen? Is that what I heard correctly, or no? Or you just
kind of, sort of. I was stepping in, grabbing food and stuff, and other than that, that was about it.
And so how does it feel to be making food for people who are coming in to utilize the?
It's kind of a good feeling, seeing people like, come and, grab food and see that they're how can I say this? It's just a good feeling, like, seeing that we're helping people that's homeless or needs some type of need or anything like that. It's a good feeling.
Back here again at Fascia's Chocolates, we're with, want to introduce yourself, Carmen?
Carmen Romeo, president and son-in-law at Fascia's Chocolates.
So how about a little bit about Fascia's? You guys have been in Waterbury for how long?
Been in Waterbury since 1964. And founded by my mother and father-in-law, John and Helen Fascia, in their Waterbury home up in Town Plot. And 21 years in their home before they became full-time. And we've been in 6 locations since, but all 61 years here in Waterbury.
So the health of a community is obviously important to you. United Way is part of that. And now you're involved with United Way as part of the Campaign Leadership Council. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, I remember giving to United Way through paycheck deductions way back early in my career, and I really didn't have much of an appreciation for the extent of what United Way did until we actually had an employee here take advantage of some of the services, and that raised my awareness even more. And then I was asked to participate in the CLC. It's been several years now that I've been part of it, and now I have an even deeper understanding that United Way really is, the blanket that helps the services get to the people in the most need. So to go full circle, and yes, when I had a need, and we had one of the cohorts in, and a year ago, and Abby was part of that, and I had a need, and I asked Chef, which of these people would you recommend? It's proven itself over and over, which is why we went back for more when I had another need and Fatia came along. We all say good help is the hardest thing to find. And this is a gold mine because these people that Chef has had through his program, they're dedicated. They are putting themselves through this program. They want to be there. They're not dragged there. So I would say that there is no better, he should have a waiting list of people wanting to hire his people. What Abby's come from, what she's a young person on her own. She was the first to sign up when we did the campaign. She's giving back. She should afford it the least, but she's got paycheck deductions for United Way.
Life is like a pendulum. Like sometimes it'll be up, sometimes it'll be down, and it'll be even eventually. And whatever you're going through right now, use that as fuel to overcome anything. Because if you think, hey, I got this, you just keep saying that, I got this. That's what I told myself. And I came so far. And I really, yes, you got this too.
When we know more, we can all do more. Sometimes all it takes is just one moment to change someone's life, one opportunity. Really want to thank Carmen for opening the doors of Fascia's Chocolates and giving us access to the employees and his hospitality. And I got to tell you, it's darn good chocolate. So if you're looking for quality crafted chocolates in Waterbury, you really shouldn't look any further than Fascia's. And I'd also want to thank Carmen for all he does on the Campaign Leadership Council and bringing small businesses to the campaign. So anything you'd like to add, Jared, to what we just saw?
Yeah, it's impressive, right? It's Carmen doing great work in the community, another way which great organizations like St. Vincent de Paul can bring some of its trainees to different folks in the community that are looking to hire some really great, high-skilled folks, which Carmen has taken advantage of, and clearly seeing a couple of these new hires he has thriving in his place, right, which is wonderful. And at the same time, as you said, turning out a really great product that we all love. Everybody loves Fascia's Chocolates here in the greater Waterbury area and really throughout the entire state of Connecticut, which is fantastic. So we as United Way really are proud to invest in the Merriman Culinary Job Training Program. It really is for us kind of hitting all three impact areas: the basic needs, as it helps provide food for those in most need, education, giving a real solid education in culinary to folks, getting them the credentials they need, and then again that financial stability, making sure that folks are able to earn a living for themselves and for their families, and providing that dignity that everybody's looking for. And also the dignity of healthy food, right? Providing a great healthy food option for folks that may not have food in the community, but for the great work of that culinary job training program, providing really good, healthy, quality food for folks, including young men, women, and children who rely on St. Vincent de Paul's culinary job training program to provide their meals. So for us as United Way, we're excited to invest in that program because for us, it's a win-win.
I think this is really where United Way shines, because it's really one of more than 50 programs and initiatives we invest in that, so we have several others in the financial stability area to get people back on their feet. And so many more success stories like this producing throughout all of them. So to our listeners, really appreciate it when you volunteer, when you give, because it makes success stories like this possible. So thank you once again to our Platinum corporate sponsor, Post University, and for underwriting our new podcast studio here, and for making today's episode possible. And thank you all for taking the time to listen and for your support. And we'll see you next time on The Way Forward.